Welcome to our June Blessing. My name is Faith Maloney, and I'm one of the co-founders here at Best Friends. Call to gathering. Our job is to assist the animals. We must have an innate drive to fulfill their needs. We take in the helpless, the unwanted, the homeless creatures of the world without requirement. We are but a few in a determined army. That makes a difference every day. Our numbers are growing by our action. Our work is never done. Our homes are never still. But our hearts are always full. Through the love of those we have rescued, we too have been rescued. We have embraced the experience of unconditional love. We've seen it shining in the eyes of so many who are so grateful for so little. We are animal rescuers and caregivers. We are the rescued.
Hello, my name is Josh, and I'm a caretaker here at Angel's Rest. And at this point of the program, we will be talking about the little guys we lost here at the sanctuary for this month. For cats, we lost Romeo, Kiko, and Arcadia, Junior, Arnold, and Rocco. In dogs, we lost Sheena, Gobstopper, Diego, Sylvia, and Razzle. We received tribute cards for the following pets. The Collins family had lost their Milo. We lost Patch, Wilco, Snuggy Buns, Brad, Prancer, Norma, Marina and Junior, Belle, Riley, and Una. We also received a few stories from members of Best Friends and staff. Miguel said goodbye to Squeaky. Squeaky, my little guy, I remember when Lisa brought you home 15 years ago after finding you roaming the streets. We wondered what we should name you, and it took just a few hours to name you Squeaky, because you squeaked all the time. We are also so grateful you shared your life with us, showering us with your love and affection, and we love you for that. It was less than 6 months ago we had to say goodbye to Wichita, your life's companion. And here we find ourselves again having to say goodbye one more time. You would think that after saying goodbye to so many dear friends in the past, that it would get easier to say goodbye one more time. But once again, our hearts inside are broken, and today we know the hardest goodbye is always the last one. Squeaky, you will always have a special place on the pages of my heart.
I'm Byron. I'm one of the caretakers here at Angel's Rest, and I have a story from Janice, Laney, and Mark, who lost Peanut. Peanut was an angel already when he came into our lives, but he got his permanent wings 2 days after his 11th birthday. He was so brave and calm, looking at me with those beautiful old soul eyes, as if to say, "It's okay, Mom, I'm okay. Look, I'm getting my wings today." Peanut walked into our lives and our hearts and never left. We will forever be grateful he came into our lives, although it was way too short. We only had him 2 years. Peanut is waiting for us in heaven, just over the Rainbow Bridge. We love and miss you, Peanut. Mom, Dad, and Mark.
Stephen lost Goldie. Goldie was an unusual cat who did her own thing. Originally from a house around the Four Corners, she stayed on when the original owners moved. Sustained by neighbors and handouts, she eventually found her way to our house where the free outside buffet was available to all. She kept visiting for a few months and then just moved in. She kept to herself and ignored all the other cats except when she wanted something. Eventually, she grew old, and in January 2021, she passed on.
Hi, I'm Jackie. I'm a caregiver at Old Friends. About a year and a half ago, we had 2 volunteers from our New York center that decided to start the journey to bring Sheena to Best Friends here in Kanab. And it was quite a journey to bring her here, and they brought her directly to Old Friends because of all her medical. So she settled in very nicely, and she became quite popular. And we got to hear all kinds of story out of the New York office also, because she was very popular there too. As time went along, golf cart rides and car rides and everything, we started noticing something was going on with her. And sure enough, she was diagnosed with a very aggressive cancer. And it started in her mouth, and we were talked to about what could happen and so forth, so we were all prepared. So when this happens, we decided, she's going to have a bucket list, and she did. And there were 3 things that were on her bucket list. One was to spend some time with one of our local volunteers, Mary, in her backyard, where she had wind chimes and pretty trees, and that's how she spent her couple of her afternoons a week there. Our second thing was we have a out-of-state volunteer that comes from California about 6 times a year. And she had heard about Sheena, and she asked us if she could take her for a week and stay at the cottage with her. And we thought about it. We said we'd love it. As long as she still came to Hydro, she can go. So Caroline cooked her salmon, steak, chicken, potato, and rice. When Sheena came back, she was quite round then. She had put on 2 pounds, but happy as can be. Then our third one, which was very, very special to us. Penny, again, one of our local volunteers, came and talked to me about taking Sheena to the Oregon coast. This is a trip that Penny done every year with her dog, and this year she didn't have a dog. Her dog had passed away last year, and she was thinking about taking Sheena. After a lot of conversations with team leads and caregivers and our vets and vet techs and so forth, we agreed that she could go. It was going to be for about a week. And of course, Mama Jackie here got all concerned about it, but it was amazing how we got everything set up. It took 45 minutes to get her car ready. Everything had to be in place. Everything we can think of was in the car. And I said, Penny, where are you going to put your stuff? She had a bag this big. Everything was for Sheena. And off they went. And of course, later on that afternoon, we started getting some pictures, but it was the following day when they arrived in Oregon. And there was a picture with Sheena looking at the Pacific Ocean. And that it melted all our hearts. This was something that was absolutely amazing, and that we had someone that was going to make it happen for her. She had a great time at the Oregon coast. She met all kinds of people, and she was quite the amazing ambassador, because she was a Blue Pity, and she was great. And she got to see a lot of things. And then it was time, my favorite video though, when she sent it, is there were some waves coming up, and she would start running away from the waves. That was just precious. Then they started the journey to come back home. Of course, they stopped by to get some ice cream, saw some horses and some donkeys. It was just amazing. So they brought her back, and she was ready to settle in. It was quite the adventure. As time went along, we noticed that things were starting to progress rather rapidly. So she started spending quite a bit of time in our courtyard that we have at Old Friends. Right underneath the tree, we have 7 hummingbirds, and that was her daily routine. She laid out there with the hummingbirds. As time came along, unfortunately, the hard decision came that we had to talk about, and so she could earn her wings, and she did, along with her hummingbirds, and she was surrounded by a lot of love. We also, at the same time, notified the people in New York that this was happening so they can go through their process of grieving and honor her in their way. When she earned her wings, I've never seen the blue sky so blue than it was a few minutes after she earned her wings. When we saw the blue sky, we knew then that Sheena had earned her wings, and that the heavens were giving her a very warm welcoming.
Benediction. Bless all living things around us, especially the animals that you have given into our care, that our interactions may be one of peace and harmony in living. Help us to learn from them, and they from us, about your purpose for this world. And may we remember that we are created from that same primal dust to which we all return. In a life replete with challenges, a life of joy and sadness, of great gatherings and lonely places, surround us with the spirit of mutual respect, one for the other, and make us loving companions along the way.